I'm Walt Falconer, your Flight Project Development Program Leadership Workshop Facilitator. Hey, we are just 1 week from the workshop. I thought I would share a little bit of information with you that will make the experience a little bit better. I know we've all experienced a little bit of video conferencing, telecon, work at home burnout, but I wanted to at least make a few things more obvious and so that we can make this experience together better. First, we adjusted the workshop to take place over 3 shorter days versus 2 very long days. Okay, we start each day at 11 o'clock Eastern time, so our friends on the West Coast don't have to get up too early. And then we will finish each day no later than 4 o'clock Eastern time, so our folks on the East Coast don't have to stay too late. Second, if you notice in the agenda, we have built in lots of breaks. We generally build each session around 50 minutes of activity with a 10-minute break. So there are lots of breaks so that you have time to get refreshed. One change we've made to this workshop is that typically we limit the workshop participation to 50 participants. And that's usually driven by hotel costs and meeting rooms and buses and catering costs and those kinds of things. Well, in the virtual world, we don't have to worry about those things. So we've extended the invite list to a larger group since we've had so many people on the waiting list and demand has been high. So how can you participate? Well, number one, as always, we have a great lineup of speakers to share their insights and their lessons learned with you. But their prepared remarks are only part of the value that they bring. We have discussion time set aside with each speaker, and that depends on your questions. This workshop is for you, and we are bringing great leaders personally to you. So prepare your questions, and I'll be sending you shortly every speaker's biography. A good practice is to spend a little time reviewing each biography and preparing at least one question you would like to ask them. Number 2, during the meeting, there is the opportunity to use the chat function in Microsoft Teams while the presentation is going on. Use this opportunity to share a thought, a comment, or get to know the group better. Number 3, also during the meeting, we will be using some live polls and surveys. So pay attention and participate. Some of these questions will be for serious feedback and others will be for fun to allow us to get to know each other better. Number 4, stay engaged. While not every speaker may be a direct interest to you or your current situation, everyone has some valuable lessons learned and insights to share with you. With someone being at home, it's easy to get distracted by other things going on, the kids, the dog, the doorbell, etc. Try and set aside this time for you and your leadership development. I've sent you a variety of pre-workshop materials, so hopefully by now you have completed your SurveyMonkey questionnaire, your personal quad chart. If you haven't gotten those into me yet, please make sure you do so because I will be sending the Microsoft Teams invite to those that have completed the workshop materials. I recommend that you log on to Microsoft Teams a good 10 minutes before the start time each day. That way you can check out and make sure your audio's working, your video's working, and everything is set up so that at the top of the hour we can start off right away. We will stay to the agenda. By the way, I mentioned that your participation is key during the meeting. One tool you might not be familiar with that we'll be using is called Slido. You can check it out at slido.com if you're interested. But I'll be going over all the information during the introductions. It is a simple conference enhancement application that I've used at some major conferences, and it's very simple to use. I'll be sending you a meeting ID or QWERTY code each day of the meeting. All you need to do is enter it into your cell phone or your laptop or your tablet or whatever device you are using, and then you will be directed to our meeting room. We're using Slido for 2 reasons. First, we'll be using the question and answer function to enter any questions you want to ask the speakers. Now, while Microsoft Teams has the chat capability, we'll be only using that for the ongoing chat and conversation during the meeting. All questions you would like to ask directly to our speakers needs to come through Slido. The reason I like Slido is that everyone will see the questions in the queue. It will be separate from the ongoing chat, so it makes it easier to track. And if you, by the way, if you see a question that you like, or it's a kind of a question that you have too, you can vote for it. So the more votes that a question gets, the higher in the queue. That way, when it comes time to the Q&A session, I will be asking the speakers the questions at the top of the poll. The second reason I like Slido is it allows us to do some fun and creative polling that we'll be doing during our team building times and feedback times during the workshop. I find the easiest thing to do is to set up your computer on Microsoft Teams so you can watch and listen to the speakers and follow and participate in the chat. Then set up Slido on your cell phone so that you can directly ask questions and participate in our real-time surveys. It's very easy, but it'll make your workshop experience more interesting and interactive. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Hey, thank you for watching this short video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week at our Flight Project Development Program Leadership Workshop. See you there.